Habang mga kababayan, busy-busy na si Inday, hindi sa pagtrabaho sa gobyerno kasi umalis na sa DepEd. Sa early politicking, sabi ni Chis Escudero, yung announcement niya ni Inday tungkol sa mga tatakbo, buong pamilya na niya ang tatakbo sa Senado. Early politicking niya yan, sabi ni Senate President Chis Escudero. So, tinodo na nila yung politika. Wala man kasing ginagawa eh. Magbisi-bisihan po sa politika. Yung ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, ito talagang busy sa paglilingkod sa ating bansa. Pati si Martin Romualdez. Nasa awarding ceremony yung ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos dito sa tinawag na Walang Gutom Awards, awarding ceremony. Gusto niya mga kababayan na wala nang magutom dito po sa ating bansa. Kaya may mga programa siya mga kababayan na ini-implement para sana mga kababayan yung problema natin sa hunger ay masolusyonan na. Yan o. Nanawagan si Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr. para sa whole of nation approach sa pagsiguro na malusog at produktibong buhay ng bawat bagong Pilipino. Ibinahagi ni PBBM ang mga inisyatiba ng pamahalaan gaya ng Food Stamp Program at Walang Gutom 2027 na inaasahan niyang magbibigay daan sa higit pang aksyon at pagtutulungan para sa isang bagong Pilipinas na walang gutom na Pilipino. Walang gutom na Pilipino pala. Yan ang kampanya po ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Hindi politika. Yung kabilang kampo po, yung kampo ni Inday, si Inday mismo po, yung gutom sa posisyon. Sugapa po sa posisyon. Kaya sabi ni Chis Escudero po, early politicking niya. Yung announcement. Kulang na lang mga kababayan yung aso nila at baboy, kung may baboy, pati pusa, at takbuhin po sa pagkasenador. Yung ina-address ng ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, yung gutom sa tiyan ng mga mamamayang Filipino. Ang ginagawa naman ni Inday, gutom sa politika. Pagkagutom sa politika, hunger for power. Nakita ninyo kung ano yung pagkakaiba? Kasi po, sabi sa Bible, pag ang tao walang ginagawa, talagang ganyan. Sabi nga, mga kababayan sa Proverbs 16:27, idle hands are the devil's workshop. Idle lips are his mouthpiece. Ay, walang ginagawa, kaya yung lumalabas sa bibig ni Inday, kakaiba, gurgur. Tapos, tinanong ng media, sino naman na niya magkapagurgur sa'yo? Silang lahatan niya. Dinama yung lahat. Di niya, Mr. Maravillas, yung interpretation mo noon. Ang ibig sabihin, Inday, nag-survive sa gurgur. Ginugurgur siya, yung politika niya, yung kanyang ambisyon, pinagkakaisahan ng administrasyon. Kaya ang sabi niya, silang lahat niya. Ibig sabihin niya noon, hindi man talaga yung dito niya sugat sa kanyang lieg ay talagang ginurgor ng isang assassin. Kundi iba kagawa-gawa lang yung piklat dito, gawa-gawa lang po para gawa ng kwento, mag-create ng curiosity as a publicity stunt na siya po ay biniktima but nag-survive daw siya. Hindi niya sila nagtagumpay, I survive. Pampolitika po. Kaya bilang ganti, pinagkakaisaan ninyo kami, yun nasa isip nila, nag-announce na siya ngayon, natatakbo yung kanyang tatay, kapatid na si Pulong, pati si Baste, tatakbo sa pagkasenador, sabay-sabay. Para pag-usapan po. So, busy sila sa politika. Yung ating Pangulo, busy po para sa pag-address ng mga problema ng ating bansa, lalo na yung gutom. Kaya sabi ng ating Pangulo, I call upon na niya our government and our partners from different sector, from private sector, from non-profit organizations, our friends from the international community, and citizens to work together as a unified front and walang gutom advocates. Di ba? Yan yung ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, napakasipag po at walang iniisip kundi maiangat ang buhay ng ating mga kababayan, lalo na po yung mga hirap sa buhay. So pakinggan natin mga kababayan yung awarding ceremony, yung speech ng ating Pangulong Bongbong.
For your comments and introduction, please take your seats. Your Excellency Hai Kyong Yu, the Ambassador of Australia to the Philippines. Of course, the Asian Development Bank Country Director, Pavit Ramachandran, and the Special Assistant to the President, Secretary Anton Lagdameo. Of course, Galing Pok Foundation Chairperson, Mel Sarmiento.
Galing pong RTVMC po ang coverage, yung broadcast.
And local chief executives who have joined us here this morning. Not only the awardees, but all of local government officials. This really is dependent upon you, as usual, to bring these programs to the ground level. And of course, the 2024 participants to the Walang Gutom Awards. My fellow workers in government, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is a day today filled with promise and opportunity as we address a matter of utmost significance that affects millions still of fellow Filipinos, and that is the problem of hunger. According to data from the DSWD, nearly 12% of Filipino families, around 3 million households, still experienced hunger at least once over the last 3 months of 2022. 1 in 3 Filipino children under 5 years old is still suffering from stunted growth due to malnutrition. Our ranking in the Global Hunger Index, or GHI, is also far from ideal, with the country scoring 14.8 or moderately hungry, which fares below the regional score of East and Southeast Asia of 8.2. We are aware of the challenges that we face, but we see the potential to change this situation. We see this in our NGOs and social workers, our partners from the diplomatic corps and the different international agencies, the social workers who are reaching out to help as much as they can, in our many communities coming together so as that we can feed the hungry and the less fortunate. In every Filipino working hard to provide food for themselves and for their families. To add to these efforts, last October, I signed Executive Order number 44, Walang Gutom 2027, the food stamp program. Implemented through the DSWD, it provides monetary assistance for targeted beneficiaries to purchase food commodities from eligible partner merchant stores. More than that, it provides the government with valuable data to monitor the progress of our beneficiaries in addressing their food problems, ensuring that their families are getting the food and the nutrition that they require. However, even as the national government is more than willing to take the lead in helping address this problem of hunger through these programs, we acknowledge that we also need to tap and partner with our local governments, as we always do when it comes to making a program reach the grassroots level. As agents of the government on the ground, our LGUs not only have a better knowledge and have good insights on the hunger in their localities, but also provide maybe perhaps better programs, better strategies, or approaches to address hunger, specific to the areas that their constituents lie. And that is why today, we confer the Walang Gutom Awards, or the WGA, to recognize the local governments that have been exceptional in hunger in their communities.
Ayos.
evaluated on the criteria of inclusivity, innovation, resilience, sustainability, and efficiency. These LGUs have implemented fresh, new, and exciting ideas in their respective food programs, as well as brought impetus in our collective drive against hunger in our country. I thank the Galing Polk Foundation and the DSWD led by Secretary Rex Gatchalian for coming up with this initiative. To all the 17 finalists of this year's Walang Gutom Awards, I salute you. Each of you has already won and have been included in the prestigious list of nominees. I likewise acknowledge, of course, the 101 local government units, from barangays to municipalities and cities to provinces, that filed their application and participated in this year's pilot program implementation. Your involvement in the process means a lot to the national government, especially as we aim to put an end to hunger that has been causing suffering to the vulnerable and marginalized in the Philippines for many, many decades. You are already Walang Gutom champions in the hearts and minds of our people, and I hope that you will continue to sustain or even improve upon your noteworthy programs. Indeed, we need more LGUs like you to achieve our mission of Walang Gutom by 2027. And I pray that this year's awards will also spur and inspire other LGUs to replicate your successes across the country. So now I invite all our LGUs to look at these outstanding programs of our nominees, see how and why their programs work, and examine whether you can adopt or improve these further to apply them in your communities. The national government will also be taking notes to see what more can be done at the national level. So our takeaway from this event should be that each and every one of us can contribute to the success of our campaign against hunger. If we are truly to succeed in this endeavor, we must put in a whole-of-nation approach to create a lasting solution to this great challenge. I call upon our government and our partners from the private sector, from the non-profit organizations, citizens, our friends in from the international community, and citizens to work together as a united front and Walang Gutom advocates. I remember it is topical that we speak of this now. I remember sitting in that spot and being interviewed very early on. I think it's my third day in office. And I was being interviewed, and the interviewer asked me, what would you like to be your legacy for your presidency, for your administration? And it was a question that I was not prepared for. It's a question that I had not actually thought about. But the answer came to me in an instant. Wala nang gutom. Wala nang gutom na Pilipino. That is my dream. No hungry Filipino. Thank you for being part
Walang
of that.
gutom.
It is as full a cause as we can possibly have is to make sure that every single Filipino, each and every one of whom we love like a family member, never again feel the pangs of hunger. And that, I think, if we can achieve that, then I think we can claim to have led a good life. So let us move forward with determination, with compassion, and with purpose to build a bagong Pilipinas where food is not only affordable, but plentiful. Where every bagong Filipino leads a good, healthy, and productive life. Once again, congratulations to our nominees and to our awardees. Mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas.
Yan po yung ating Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Ang gusto niyang mangyari, hindi lang basta may pagkain na makakain, kundi plentiful food on the table. So yan yung ating Pangulo. On the other hand, si Martin Romualdez naman, kausap po si Chis Escudero para yung mga agenda, legislative agenda po, mapabilis yung approval, yung pagpasa. Busy sila, mga kababayan, sa pagtatrabaho para maiangat ang buhay ng ating mga mamamayang Pilipino habang yung jobless nag-resign jobless tumudo na po sa politika. Tingnan ninyo itong mga matitino nating leader. Kasama po si Presidente. Both houses confident in completing legislative agenda on targeted schedules. So ito, nagtatrabaho ng maayos. Di tayo lugi sa pasweldo sa kanila. Tama? Ang lugi tayo po, yung jobless, binigyan ng trabaho, nag-resign. Tapos ngayon, namumuliti ka na, may kasama pang mga perwisyo. Piniperwisyo, dinidestabilize yung ating gobyerno na matino na nagtatrabaho. Matino na nagtatrabaho, iniwan. Kita ninyo, para mag-focus sa politika, tagal-tagal pa yung 2028. Kahit yung midterm election, 1 taon pa. Mga kababayan, busy na sila. So ito yung mga legislative agenda po sa LEDAC bills. Yung tinawag na LEDAC bills. Kasama dyan yung Philippine Ecosystem and Natural Capital Accounting System Act, Real Property Valuation Assessment Reform Act, itong House version ng Anti-Financial Accounts Scamming Act, itong Philippine Defense Industry Development Act para maipagtanggol natin ang ating bansa, Self-Reliant Defense Posture Act, the Philippine Maritime Zones Act, the Academic Recovery and Accessible Learning Program Act, and the VAT on Digital Transaction Act. Yun ang pinagkakabisihan po ng ating mga matitinong opisyal. Di ba? Hindi yung napakaaga pa po ang iniisip na si Bastian niya kakandidatong presidente sa 2028. Sablay, mga kababayan, 4 years away pa. Tapos siya daw, babalik sa Davao as mayor. Si Basti na yung patatakboy na Pangulo. Tatakboy ninyo. Ang magdidesisyon yan kung uupo siya, kami. Yung mga botante sa buong Pilipinas. Ngayon, massive na po ang kampanya ng ating mga mamamayan na never nilang iboboto yung pro-China. Never daw nila na iboboto kasi ipapahamak tayo sa China. Baka mawalan tayo ng bansa, mga kababayan. May mayor na nga tayong Chinese, si Alice Go. Babawiin na po. Ika-cancel na yung birth certificate niya. At nasa lookout bulletin na po ng immigration. Baka kasi tumakas, umuwi na ng China at hindi mapanagot ng kanyang mga involvement sa kung ano-ano ditong kababalaghan sa Pilipinas. So anyway, ayan po yung ating mga kwento ngayon. Mabuhay ang bagong Pilipinas, mabuhay ang ating Pangulo, mabuhay ang Kongreso at ang Senado na sana in the midterm election, mga kababayan, hindi makontrol ng mga pro-China. Tama? Ako po si Dante Maravillas. Bye-bye. God bless.